don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm starting to get pretty tired. But I'm still having fun. I'm not ready to be done yet. You know, just normal 8 hours of sleep at night would be nice, but a lot of things would be nice. Joey and I need to get this set of pump stuff.
Oh, there's that tray.
Hey, we found the tray. Do we use the pump or do we reduce down?
Where's the pump at? I think it's in the round shed on the table.
Chances it runs? 3%. Okay, I gotta put you guys down. So this is our hosing system. Geniusly came up with to pump out of shuttles and blend with water in a cone. So last year we ended up doing no starter fertilizer, liquid fertilizer in the planter because corn is cheap and it just didn't pencil out. Now this year we were all excited to do it, but corn is still $4 if you haven't noticed that. Actually, new crop's like $3.60, which sucks. So we're also not doing starter, but we are gonna do a little bit just to give it a test trial to see once if it actually pays or not. Speaking of which, where is our fertilizer? Flushing out all the lines with some water so we don't plug the planter up. By some miracle, that pump started up with one pole. I don't know how. And as every professional YouTuber does, I forgot to record it. It's sucking air from there. I honestly wonder if it wouldn't help if you just dropped like a stick in there to help the swirl not to swirl, to grab air. Put a block in the swirl. Something like a 2x4 or something. We very conveniently now have some seed being delivered and treated for free thanks to the guys up at Hefty. Thanks, Jamie. So I gotta get this truck lined up so while I'm gone and not here, they can easily get it filled. She's cold this morning though, so I'm just letting it idle back to the position I want. Okay, that should work. Should be able to just come down the driveway, drive up, and then back up to me. He's got a belt auger, or a belt, I don't know why I always call them augers, a belt conveyor out the back of this truck. And that looks clean enough for my liking. So that's done for the morning. I didn't forget about that. So yesterday morning, I had the service trailer parked here at the fuel tanks, and I thought I told Dad it is completely empty. He thought I told him it's completely full. So now we're scrambling to get this thing filled so we can get to the field. So for some reason the key here on the pump is really slopped out and likes to just fall out, so we don't lose it. We're zip tying it or something. About 10,000 people are watching you struggle right now, Dad. It's good. Now when it likes to fall out, we shouldn't lose it. Everything needs fuel. Does this thing need fuel, Dad?
I filled it.
Okay. We have burned through 100 gallons of DEF already. That is insane. It's also insane to me that kind of our lifeline of whether or not we can run is this lousy little electric pump to pump this government juice. If it doesn't pump, we can't run. Or that pump. Well, the morning chaos is done again, and now we're gonna go back down to the field. We still got a long drive down there. We're not on the furthest away, but we're still in some pretty far away stuff with the soybeans. Brandon luckily is right here, literally working on the home section since we're so far away. If he gets stuck, like he did yesterday, there's stuff in the yard like the payloader to pull him out or the other 8R. And if he needs tools, he's literally in the home section, so he can just drive home and have more tools than what the pickup has. Got another pre-cooked lunch that Mom nicely made for us boys that are out working before season and frozen. Cater to a hot dish. What's on the menu today? I definitely feel like I'm forgetting something before I leave the yard here, but I don't know what it is, so we're just gonna leave. Otherwise, if I sit here, we get nothing done. In yesterday's video, I was explaining a little bit how we like to rotate our crops so where we always can try to work together when we're planting beans and corn. So that way if somebody gets stuck, the drills can unhook and go pull out the planter, or well, the drills pull each other out, the planter doesn't come help us. And so that way tools and stuff are together. That also, on top of being super nice for efficiency like that, it also helps spread out some risks. That if a hailstorm comes through, demolishes the soybeans, but doesn't quite demolish the corn because of the stage that it's in, it was able to pull through, or vice versa. Just kind of spreads out a little bit of risk too, so we're not putting all of our eggs into one basket, or apples into one basket. How does that phrase go? I'm not even sure. This is another fun random thing that came to my mind. I thought I wanted to tell you guys. I also love this time of year to like watch all the other farmers out there. Like everyone's just got a little extra pep in their step when they're working and they're moving. Like you see they got their head down and they're hustling. They're just trying to get as much done as they can right now because this is our window, this is our prime time to get our crops in. And if we don't get them in, well then we don't get paid for the year. Shout out to all my neighbors out there getting stuff done, or my fellow farmers I should say. I'm sitting here waiting for Cameron to pull up with the drill so we can fill. Now I was just thinking, you know what I really hate, and I'm sure a lot of you farmers can relate to me on this, is when you finally find a bean or a corn you really, really love. And it just really performs on your farm every single year, year after year. And then they go away from it and they go to a different bean. They're like, oh, this one does just as good. No, it didn't. That one did better. That happened this year. We lost a variety that we love, but we seeded a bunch of one that's supposed to be very similar to it. We'll see how it does. We've never seeded it this year. Never seeded it before. We seeded a lot of it this year though. Oh, that looks like a lot of work this summer. Hey, Cameron, how many tries is it gonna take you? No pressure. You only have about 10,000 people watching. I used to say I'm a proud big brother.
I may not be professional, but I ain't that bad.
I think you're literally perfect. Lower down. Wow, didn't even need to scoot the auger or the conveyor. I don't know why I always call it an auger. You did good. Or he just got lucky. We're out of seed until we get more from Jamie. Oh boy, I hope we make it home. That thing is really starting to get eaten up. Okay, let's give her big smoke at a slow speed. I thought I lost my screwdriver, but I guess I just put it back where it belongs. That's kind of a rare moment. Starting out my day, getting this giant rig down this tiny approach. We gotta slow down, slow down. Luckily it trails pretty good. A bunch of these fields down here, we would really like to widen some of the approaches. They're really hard to get into with the semis and even some of the equipment like the land roller and such. That thing's so long. It trails very nice, but you still need a pretty good size approach to get the darn thing in. But you need a permit, or yeah, I think you need a permit or permission to widen the approaches in this county. Oh, I gotta love it. Land of the home of the brave, land of the fee. Can't just go widen an approach if we want to. What do you guys call them? I call it a field approach, or an approach to get into the field. Some people call them crossings. I think that's weird. I'm curious though, what do the rest of you guys call them? I'm gonna go out and do my check that you guys have watched me do 10 times, so I'm not gonna put you through that again. The check went good. All the rows still have seed coming out of them. Well, I'm not gonna take the time to go out there and show you guys, but we had to go around this spot last year because it was too wet. And the weeds definitely took over, and it looks like it definitely needs a sprayer. Hopefully we get to it before the beans get drowned or suffocated out or choked out. So yeah, that's what happens with weeds. They just choke out the beans. We're seeding right through it though. It's bone dry this year. So a little random fun fact. This little field here I'm in, it's like 7 or 8 acres. It's not very much. But there is a lot of cattle manure in here from being hauled out from the cattle right over there, and cattle were fed in here a lot as well. So the manure content is very high, or the fertilization of the fertilizer, it's very hot. And last year hardly spread any fertilizer in this field, and it yielded the best out of all the corn in this little 1 mile square block, even with no fertilizer. And since it's so hot, we really struggled growing beans in here. Like, it's just beans, we don't fertilize our beans. Beans don't really like fertilizer. Maybe that's the wrong way to say that, but I think you guys know what I mean. Hopefully, now that we got that corn in here a year without any fertilizer, hopefully that kind of took a little bit of the nutrients out of the soil, and we get a little bit better beans in here. It's a great cornfield, just not the best bean field. So this is my thought process, and I think is what has worked better in the past. On this soil that is super nutrient dense, I like to seed it a little thicker because there's more plants there to take nutrients, therefore not overfilling each little plant with nutrients, therefore getting me a little bit better yield. This stuff that is super nutrient dense with manure, I am seeding it a little thicker because I think in my mind it works a little better in previous years. I think it works a little better. So I am seeding this piece just a wee bit thicker. I got myself in a bit of a pickle here, guys. I'm stuck, but not in mud this time. Don't particularly want to bend my light. I tried going this all past, that cleared, but the dual in the cart did not clear. So right there's my tire track coming right for said post. I don't know what to do here. I can't go forward, and I can no longer go backward. Would you just not be here? Part of me just wants to keep backing up and just bend my light, and then I'm out of here. But let's see once if I can't get it shimmied over here. Oh, and that made it worse. Okay, undo that. That is also making it worse. I am screwed. Oh, pickles. And now we're driving the tractor down the ditch. Oh, but I think we'll clear. I don't think we're gonna clear up here though. Okay, now we're gonna tip over. That's one of the biggest fears, guys. That's one of the 5. Take our time. There's no rush right now. It's not like there's any cars here waiting for me. We're closer. We're making progress. Well, we mostly cleared it. Got the edge of it with the tire, but I did the best I could. I bent the pickles out of my light. Good thing that's just like cosmetic stuff. And good thing that fence was almost non-existent. It was just a corner post. Sorry, Debbie, if you're watching this. I didn't mean to clip that corner post, but that approach is very tight. Minor casualties. Could use about 3 gallons of coffee right about now. So I'm curious, how fast do you guys go when running any type of drill? Case drill, John Deere drill, what other brands of drills are there out there? Porsche, I think, makes one. I used to just go 6 miles an hour, and that was my set speed. It seemed to always work for the most part-ish. Until we got that new John Deere planter, and then like that thing literally tells you everything if stuff's not working properly or if it is working properly. And you kind of learn a lot from that. You can kind of brush off onto this. I don't know, I haven't ran that planter very much, but from that I learned that just sending it at 6 miles an hour is maybe not the best idea. I used to just be a set it and forget it type guy. I'm actually like, I wonder if I could be doing a better job. So in these conditions, I'm going about 4 miles an hour because the ground is so hard, and all them stalks out there, like I said in the previous video, just makes the rows bounce so much. Now I'm gonna go out there and show you guys a difference. This is what it looks like when I'm doing 4 miles an hour, all this corn stalks and corn trash. This clip is what it looks like when I'm doing 6 miles an hour. And you know, maybe in those side-by-side comparisons I just showed you, you can't see a whole lot of difference, but it seems like I can see a difference when I'm out there looking at the job it's doing. On seeds on top of the ground versus seeds actually in the soil and having pretty good seed to soil contact, especially in this thick trash. Maybe I got it backwards, I don't know. What do you guys think? Is slower better and stuff like this? Or like, if you guys want to tell me I'm doing it wrong, feel free. Honestly, I like hate comments. That means I'm growing. Is 4 mile an hour better in these conditions like I'm thinking? Am I right here? Or is faster better? Faster, I just feel like it's kind of letting it float up and not getting my gauge wheel contact. I'm not pushing down. Versus 4, I'm able to just stay nice and steady in the ground. It's not bouncing as much, you know? It hits a bump and it bounces. Which if it's staying in the ground more steady, I'm getting that seed down in that trench better. I think. That's my theory at least. Now, in some conditions, I still do go 6 miles an hour. Like if I'm on soybean stubble, no rock, smooth, and soft soil, I'm definitely gonna be pushing my limits and going that 6.5 miles an hour. But in this hard soil, where there are some rock, and all this trash, 4 mile an hour just seems to work a little better in my mind. You gotta love farming. If it was easy, everybody would do it, right? Another breakdown. We just filled a new variety seed up front here. And I was trying to calibrate and prime my system, and I kept jumping the sprocket. But for some reason, this sprocket has pushed out a long ways, and I don't know why. The only thing that's changed is I greased it this morning. Did I put too much grease in there, and it there's like a seal system in there, and it pressed it out, and you can over grease this. I was never told you could. I've always just kind of greased it. Or is there something wrong inside my meter housing? I do not know. But it looks like I'm down to 1 tank again.
That is unfortunate.
I think the grease did that, but how do I fix it now? How do I undo what I done did? See, maintenance should never be a thing, Cameron. You don't grease stuff because it ruins it. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Is when I greased that this morning, it pushed it out. Now my sprocket's running crooked, and I don't know how to fix it. So that's not very cool potatoes, Cameron. Like, that's running really crooked. I need my daddy's help because I don't know what to do. Joey! 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 Oh, we took it all apart, and I honestly have no idea how we fixed it. It's straight. I hit it with a hammer. That's how we fixed it. It's straight now though, so hopefully it works now. We're gonna send it. Okay, we're gonna have a battle of the beans in this field, or battle of the companies, I should say. We got a hefty bean here. It's an 07 versus, I don't got the piece of paper in here. What was it? I think it was a Sunrise seed, which is also Mustang. I believe they just changed their name to that or some reason or something. I don't know. 07 as well. It's gonna be interesting to see at the end of the year which one does better. I'm really hoping this hefty one does better though, because they're a lot cheaper. But we've had good luck with Mustang beans in the past. I'm betting the Mustang is gonna outdo the hefty. But we'll see this fall. Hey guys, I got great news. We got a free tractor. I have no idea whose tractor this is, but it's parked in our field. That means it's free, right? That means it's mine. I'm assuming, yeah, my assumption was correct. They pulled it in here because they blew a tire. I have no idea whose tractor this is. I kind of want to move it, but then again, I don't want to ruin their stuff. Oh, that don't look good. Oh, it's already ruined. Yeah, that rim pretty bent up. I'm not mad about it. I mean, I would do the same thing. I totally understand. I get a free tractor, it's awesome. But I wonder if they'd be mad if I moved it to like not on the edge of the field here. I don't know. I think I'll go around it for now and we'll leave it before I finish this field. If it's still there, then I'll maybe move it. We'll give the people some time, whoever this is. I have an idea who it is, but I don't know for sure. Hopefully they get their tire fixed. I'm not the only one that gets flat tires. That makes me feel a little better. All right, guys, I'm not the only one that gets breakdowns because technically they're broke down. Someone just drove by with a tire on a pickup. I wonder if that's the guy with the tractor and he's getting that out of my field now. That'd be awesome. Playing in the mud or planting in the cattails. That was my first video, playing in the mud. I was driving through cattails with this RX and took a thumbnail. It actually did pretty well. I think we're pretty dry being I'm seeding cattails and everything is dry, even including the tires. This whole low spot here that you can see is cattails. There's the cornfield, cattails. When we first started farming this land, we were always able to farm through this, and then 2019 happened. Everything was so wet, and ever since then we haven't been able to, but now it's looking like we're able to again. This is a little scary. I really don't want to get stuck. My tracks and tires are all dry. I can grab this camera because I'm gonna have to bail just like it now. There's a wet area. Okay, we're going back in, guys. This feels so weird. We're farming sloughs now. That spot looks a little dangerous. Oh, I was able to seed through all the cattails, but now is anything gonna grow in them is the real question. Did the seeds even get into the ground? Kind of what I'm out here looking at. This probably should have been tilled, get the soil black, and then probably had a lot better chances. We try not to do any tillage, so kind of just sent it, and I think we're just gonna hope for the best. But I'm gonna come out here and do a little digging once, see once where I find the beans. Are they in the soil? Or are they hairpinned on top? I can't imagine drilling through cattails is much different than drilling through corn stalks. Why is there a corn way out here? There's one bean. I found like one or two on top, but it wasn't bad. I don't know, maybe it'll grow. I'm gonna tell Cameron to lay it flat so hopefully like the sun can get at it a little more. And for combining, I'll have him roll it both directions so it really crunches them down. Maybe that'll optimize our chances of it growing. I don't know, maybe I just wasted a bunch of seed. Well, guys, you were all back there. How did everything look? Everything look good, or are we messing it all up and she's about ready to burst into flames? Well, there was a rock pile there. Now there's not. That probably would have been a good spot to bring down for tillage, to till that up, and then to till them cattails up so that grows a little better. But I guess we're gonna send it over for this year because I didn't know someone hauled off these rock piles. That's gonna be a next year's problem or project to bring tillage down here for sure. Glad they're gone though. Less things to go around, especially with corn, because you really can't follow rows that curve. It doesn't, it just all ends up on the ground. Man, that window is dirty with the sun shining on it. JT and I are racing. And that's another field done. We are moving right along. Like, I am very pleased with our progress so far this year. It's been going honestly phenomenal. Just one major catastrophe, that fertilizer spreader. Let's hopefully we keep it at just one. Heading home now. Actually going to the field right by Brandon, right across from home. Oh, we made it. It also got very smoky out here. Doesn't that look pretty? Amazingly, and thankfully, it didn't blow any tires. Slow and steady, won the race this time. Tires are all intact. Oh, look at those weeds coming. We're gonna have to give a big smoke with the sprayer here soon. Efficiency right there. Won the light game again. We're on a roll. Guys, why is it such a real thing that at night, like, it just feels like you're always going so fast? Like, even when you're going slow, like I was going 4.5 miles an hour today. Here I catch myself accidentally doing 3.5, thinking I'm going that forward. I don't actually look at what I'm doing. It's all just kind of muscle memory and feel. It feels like I'm going by 4.5 at that. That's crazy. Okay, it's late enough. I'm gonna call it a day. I'm actually working right across the road from the farm, so I just had to fold up. Now I'm driving into the yard, which I am super grateful for because now I don't got a long drive home when I'm tired. If you guys are still watching at this point in the video and want to show support, easy way to do that is obviously to subscribe. It's free, and leave an end of video comment saying farm again. Thanks for watching, guys.